Now that you know about atoms and minerals, let's combine those minerals to form rocks. How do these rocks interact with each other is a very important topic in geology called the rock cycle. Most of the rock cycle actions happen at the very top of the Earth, the crust. This diagram shows the relationship. Igneous rocks form mountains or volcanoes. If they break into pieces, those pieces form layers called sediment. Sedimentary rocks, if they are buried and heated, metamorphose. Metamorphic rocks, if they melt, form igneous rocks. It is a cycle. When we study rocks and their origins, this is called petrology. It's a very formalized process. We'll dip our toes into it this week. The three rock types, as you might remember, are igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. In this lesson, we will talk about igneous rocks. Igneous rocks, ig means fire by the way, form from the cooling of molten rock. You have to start with something that's completely liquid and then cool it off for it to be considered igneous. A common igneous rock you might have heard of is granite. This picture of Mount Rushmore from South Dakota is carved into granite. I mentioned the word magma before. That's liquid rock. It's made out of minerals and gas. Since it's so hot, it's lighter than surrounding rocks, which means it can rise through the crust. And if it bursts through the crust into the air, we call it lava. Underground magma, above ground lava. But it's the same stuff. It's liquid rock. Volcanic rock, this should say igneous. Igneous rock can either be volcanic or plutonic. Underground, above ground. Volcanic igneous rock, here we go, are named for the god of fire. It's easy to remember. They are extrusive. They squeeze out of the earth like toothpaste. In this map of Western North America, notice all the red volcanic rocks. The reason we have so many volcanoes on the West Coast is, like everything else, tied to plate tectonics. This reflects the subduction zone along the West Coast. Some of these volcanoes are famous. You may have heard of Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is one of the Cascades, a chain of active volcanoes in Oregon, California, and Washington, forming above a subduction zone. Hawaii, an American state, is also volcanic. Some of you may have been there. Active volcanoes happen right here on the Big Island. Here's a picture of lava crossing the road in Hawaii. If that same rock were to form underground, it would cool slowly. We would call it plutonic. And because it cools so slowly, larger crystals have an opportunity to form. Here we have magma chamber, and if it cools off below the earth, it can form a baby mountain. That's what this term, the batholith, refers to. Patagonia in South America formed this way. Beautiful sculpted mountains here made out of plutonic rock. Yosemite here in California formed the same way. The beautiful granite you see on either side of Yosemite Valley both formed in a subduction zone. Everywhere you see red on this world map represents igneous rocks. Notice that the ring of fire is surrounded by a ring of igneous rocks, showing that convergent boundaries create this rock type.